Thank you, Deputy Speaker. When the historians come to look back at this 44th Parliament, they look in amazement and say how unlucky for a country to cop the worst Prime Minister since World War II, combine that with the worst Treasurer since World War II, and then the worst, also, just to add to that, the worst Speaker since World War II. But it's not enough that that trio are now festering off in some corridor somewhere, but the fourth leg in the quadrella, where the fourth leg in that quadrella is the worst Attorney General since World War II. Sadly, someone who's still in that office. He's had the arts portfolio stripped from him, but still we have the worst Attorney General since World War II in office. We had the extraordinary situation this week where the Chief Justice of the Family Court, not a political operator at all, Diana Bryant, took the unusual step of issuing a media release. Her statement highlights the impact that family violence has on the federal family law courts. Family violence complicates matters coming before the courts. Mediation is a common early intervention tool in most disputes, including family disputes, but it is not an appropriate intervention where there is family violence, obviously. Matters involving family violence for parenting disputes or property disputes will invariably end up before a judge to make a determination. And the Chief Justice, Diana Bryant, said that where there are delays, particularly at the interim hearing stage, it creates risk. Now, the Attorney-General should know this. Litigants attending at court for a hearing may find that the sheer volume of matters on the duty list will make it unlikely that they can be heard on that day, and then they often agree to settle where perhaps they should not. The resulting consent order must be placed before a judge, but at that stage there is not enough evidence for the judge to be in a position to know what the risks may be. Delays in court are putting children at risk of harm. I'll make it clear. The Chief Justice has called for the urgent replacement of judges. There are 6 Federal Circuit Court judges who have not been replaced and 1 Family Court judge. Now, these are budgeted positions, so there's no cost to the budget. The Attorney-General can't blame his cruel and thankfully frustrated divorce tax. These unfilled judicial vacancies are placing added pressure on the remaining judges who must take on the extra workload created by their colleagues retiring. The Chief Justice said on Radio National in an extensive interview that I recommend to people, she said that the courts never make up this lost time. The delay in replacing judges is a crucial element in the delays being experienced across the country, in Brisbane and Newcastle, in fact in all of our family courts. The Chief Justice of the Family Court is not the only person of high office to have commented recently on the failure of the Attorney-General to replace our judges. In August, the Chief Justice of the Federal Circuit Court also released a media statement in which he said that until judges are replaced, delays will continue to increase. And the Chair of the Law Council's Family Law Section, Rick O'Brien, in a media release in July this year, said there was no excuse for a failure by any government to ensure that retiring judges are replaced immediately.
The member's time has expired.